All right, what's happening, people? Jono here from the Course Creator Community Podcast, and I am super excited because we have a very special guest on the line this week. She's coming to us all the way from Nashville, Tennessee. She's a heavy hitter in the fitness space. That's where I originally met her. She's got a very successful course, and it's led on to other things, and it's just a super inspiring story. So I can't wait for her to share it with us. So without further ado, let me introduce the one and only Ms. Elizabeth Mooney. Elizabeth, how are you?
Thank you. I'm well. How are you?
Yes, I am awesome. I am hot over here because it's the middle of summer in Australia. You said some numbers over there. We don't use Fahrenheit over here. You told me it's 46, it's 72. That's like a foreign language for me. Do you know what's the Celsius over there? Do you know or no?
No, we don't go by that. But put it this way. A couple of days ago, I was in a tank top and jeans. Today, I was in a winter coat.
There we
and
go.
then I'll probably be back in a tank top.
Damn it. So it's just Nashville, Tennessee. If you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm learning. I'm new here.
Awesome. Well, before we get into it, Elizabeth, I like to start all my podcasts off with a quote or mantra that inspires you or fires you up. Have you got one for us?
Yes. So I always tell everyone my ending quote with everything is work it out or fake it till you make it. It's just about having fun, giving it your all. And even if you don't know what you're doing, as long as you are moving, you are having fun. We're here for a good time. We're moving that body. We're getting the blood flowing. That's all that it's about. So work it out.
I love it. All right. I'm going to hand it over to you here, Liz. I know bits and pieces of your story, but I don't quite know it from start to finish. So I'm curious myself. I'm going to hand it over to you. Start where you want to start and tell us about your journey to creating the online course, and then also what it is you're doing now. Where does that journey start?
Sure. So I grew up in Long Island, New York, and I started dancing at the age of 2. So I started ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop. I got into ballroom and Latin dancing. I went to college for dance and I competed. And then I got into the fitness industry first. So I walked into
spend a minute there. Tell us about the fitness industry.
Yeah. So I walked into a gym on a Saturday morning. I was 23. And
how old, sorry?
So I was 3 then. I'm 30.
So just a couple of years ago, right?
Exactly. Yep. So I like that. And so the manager there he pointed to me. He's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I'm a dancer." So he's like, "Why don't you work here?" I was like, "I don't know what to do for fitness." He's like, "I'm sure you'll figure it out." And I was like, okay. So at that point, I took my dance background. So I took my salsa. This is before Zumba. It was like right before Zumba. So I had CDs and I created a class.
You had salsa. What did you have? Sorry, what did you have?
I had CDs.
What are CDs?
You don't know.
Right? I've heard my grandparents have mentioned them, but I'm not too sure. What? No, I'm teasing. I
know you have CDs.
I've got them. I used to make mixtapes as a kid, so I got them.
When were you born?
In the 80s.
Okay, same.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
So yeah,
I'm 30 something years old. Yeah, like you, right? 30 something.
Right.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
So I started out the class. I just took what I knew, my dance background, put the CDs in. I just sped it up a bit to make it a little faster. I had about 2 people in the class for a couple weeks, and then it grew to a full class, which then grew to about 27 classes a week I was teaching. And it's part of Synergy. I don't know if you heard of Synergy, but it was part of Synergy. And then I got to New York Sports Club and it just grew. And it came so natural to me. So the fitness industry basically found me. And then I actually never left. I thought it was just going to be a couple of years because I was an actress, model. I did so much theater and film that was my main priority. This was just what was paying my bills. I didn't think I was going to be in it forever. And so I grew a huge clientele. And the main thing was I really changed people's lives. So and I didn't mean to do that. It just naturally happened where I inspired people, whatever they were going through in life. I just that hour they just escaped it, and I had husbands thank me. And so I guess I found my calling through it, and I created Burlesque Booty Camp, and I was a burlesque performer in New York City. So I produced and directed shows. I was on America's Got Talent. And I was a star dancer in a lot of series, Boardwalk Empire, Royal Pains. And so burlesque performer many years, still doing the fitness. And then I opened up a dance studio in New York. And there I was doing a mixture of everything. I didn't want to stay in New York. I knew I wanted to take the next step, and I crossed the George Washington Bridge, went into New Jersey. And when I was there was the start of Country Fusion. So I left my studio to one of my instructors, and I've been going to a dude ranch since I was 6 years old, upstate New York.
A what? Sorry?
A dude ranch.
I don't know if we have them in Australia. What's a dude ranch?
I'm sure you do. It's like it's a resort where, you know, you have dinner and there's a saloon, a bar, and dancing, and there's horses, and you go whitewater rafting and pools. It's a vacation spot, but with a
gotcha.
theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always loved the country lifestyle since I was a kid. So like my first crush was a cowboy.
The Australian one? Who's that? There's a famous Australian one, right? What's his name? Keith Urban. Keith Urban. Was that him?
Yeah. So I love like the all-American feel, just the jeans, the relaxed feel, the horses, the lifestyle. And it's what I've known since a kid. So I would go there for a week. And so now going back to me going to Jersey that summer, because I still was going every year, country music was really growing and it was topping the iTunes charts. So I was teaching in Queens, and I brought a Jason Aldean song, Luke Bryan. I choreographed 2 fitness numbers too, put it in my class, and I saw everyone loved it. The energy was high, and I was like, that's it. I'm like, there's no country fitness program out there. And that's the idea came in my mind, and I knew what to do already because my past experiences from owning a studio, from creating Burlesque Booty Camp, from being in the industry now for, you know, almost 10 years. I knew how to implement the program. I knew I needed a tax ID. I needed the idea, the concept. So I wanted it to be lit, low intensity interval training. So it's for everyone. Men, women, seniors, children, everyone. But I know time is valuable. So I myself do not like to just jump on a treadmill and run for an hour. So if I'm going to put an hour of my time, I want to learn a skill. So whether it's boxing or whatever it is. So with Zumba, you more have a sequence, 4, 4, 2, 2, 1. With my program, I wanted everyone to learn actual line dances. So not just get a workout, but also learn these dances. So then they could go out at night and do these dances. So I wanted more out of the hour for my clients to get a workout, but learn how to dance. So I say it's sneakers and water bottles meets whiskey and cowboy boots. So what they learn during the day in the studio, they take it down to the honky tonk. And it creates a lifestyle. I'm pretty much the only fitness program out there that is a lifestyle where you have the day of the fitness and the nightlife, and you put it together. And then through that, you build your brand even more, because now you have the people that may have just went to the bar to have the drinks and listen to the live music. They're like, wow, I really want to learn how to dance. Sounds like fun. So now they're coming in to work out, where guess what? They didn't really like working out. They weren't into health. Now they're like, wow, this is actually fun. We have the people that are coming to the fitness class that maybe aren't that social and going out, but now they're meeting friends in class that's building their confidence, and now they're going out. So really it's a win-win. You're making friends, you're losing weight, you're learning how to dance, you're building your confidence, you're having fun. And it grew. With that being said, I knew I created a 50-minute program. And it's based on 15 songs. And I threw in fusion, which is the country fusion, for wild cards. So they're non-country songs or dances. Yep. So it'd be a salsa, cha-cha, fitness, samba, belly dance, hip hop, anything that's not country, for a couple of reasons. One, not everyone loves country music. It's the way in for them to see that not all line dances are honky tonks. So some of them are like hip hop, some of them are Latin. Line dancing has been around forever. So you have like electric slide, cha-cha slide. Those are all line dances.
Oh, okay. I've even heard of that one in Australia, the cha-cha slide.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's not all just the country music. So that's the way to kind of bring them in. To every instructor that's out there could bring their own style to the class. So I know as there's fitness programs out there, when I first started in this industry, I felt very, as an artist and a creator, I didn't feel like I had a creative outlet. I had to conform to their program. And that was very hard for me as someone who's very creative. Yep. So my instructors, I gave them 4 songs to be creative. And then if they're not, that's okay. I give them samples on the website of what to do, yep. If need be. But I wanted them to have that option. And also it hits up different body parts. So that's the fusion. So, and that's it. So in Jersey, I grew and started teaching line dancing at bars and restaurants and different festivals, and had the studio. And then I toured with SCW. Yep. And with SCW, they really amped up my program. Was it a
certification then, Liz? Like, were you teaching it to other trainers here, or was it still just something you did in Jersey?
So I started teaching after a year of having the program.
Gotcha. So then you put the course together?
Yes. So I started certifying local, like my clients that were in my class, I saw that were really good. Yep. I started teaching them the program. They started then teaching little by little and started branching out. But really when I got with SCW, SCW.
Yeah. Explain for the listeners though. So SCW is like an organization in the USA. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like an organization in the USA and Canada. They run like conventions in the different states. In January, they're in New York, February, they're in Chicago, then they go to Texas and LA and whatever. And yeah, it's an organization with a name that trainers know, right? So I could go there, I could go to LA, and I know I'll go here, and there'll be different people presenting. There might be a Zumba presenter, there might be a spin presenter, there might be a boot camp presenter. You were one of their presenters teaching your style, right?
Right, exactly. So
could trainers, after they went to your session at SCW, could trainers then go and teach this on their own?
Right. So we're getting there. So when I linked up with Sarah at SCW, this is when it was much more than just me going on tour. Because of Sarah, she had a liking to me in my program, that she just added the extra elements that it needed. So that's when we revamped the website. We added an online certification to the website. We went through the manual. She had her team add certain elements to the manual. The test, we created a tutorial page. So this is where we really amped up Country Fusion program in itself, and the online presence.
Gotcha.
So now it was fully ready to go on the tour. And really, I did the online more because at that point, I was pregnant. So I didn't know how my pregnancy was going to be. I didn't know anything. It was the first time pregnant. So I did it, which actually really helped me for COVID times. Everything was already there. So that's what got me through COVID, that, luckily I already had that implemented. So it was easy enough to go through that. And then Zoom helped the live sessions. I was one of the pioneers for Zoom where, inappropriate things popped up in the beginning.
Let me just get my head around this. So you had a program that you were teaching to the general public, right? You'd run your classes, you taught a few of your students how to do it. You then went on SCW and, would give workshops around the place. You then teamed up with Sarah and made the certification of the program better. For lack of a better word, it was a better program. You would then certify trainers both face-to-face and online. Is that how that worked?
Correct.
What was the split like at the start? Was it always more online, more face-to-face, down the middle?
In the beginning, definitely more face-to-face. So I would have the live certifications only in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And when I went on the tour, it would be each city I was at. Then people were contacting me, can you go to Montana? Can you go to Arizona? Can you go here? So they wanted me so many different places, but it didn't make sense, financial sense, to go for a couple people or this and that.
Montana. So is there even more than 2 people in Montana? I've never even heard of that place.
So the online made sense because that way I could certify anywhere in the world and not have to go there. So now I have instructors in Australia, in Austria, in France, Spain, Guantanamo Bay, Canada, and all
Guantanamo Bay. You go to, isn't that a prison? Is that a prison?
I think she's in prison.
Oh, so she teaches it to the other prisoners.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Yeah.
Well, I had that experience once. Like when I was starting in the fitness industry, there was this job. I saw it online. The pay was crazy. It was like 3 times as much as a normal class. And I'm like, man, I'm in, and I got the job, went to the location. Little did I know it was a prison, the place where I was teaching the class. I went in there, I had to go through the metal detectors and even teaching the class. I was in there and everyone formed a circle around me. And I'm just like, yeah, guys, just come to the front, come in front of me here. It was an interesting time. So I feel your friend's pain.
You last.
What was that, sorry?
How long did you last? How many classes?
I didn't come back after the first session. So, a guy like me, I wouldn't last long out in the yard, so I was like, I better, give someone else the opportunity. So, okay, question with that, Liz, when you were doing it online, was it Zoom, like a live workshop, or was it self-paced, or was it a bit of both? How did that sort of work?
Yeah, it's self-paced. So they go on, they sign up. There's 3 welcome videos. So they see what confusion's about, a couple videos of the dance. Then they download the manual. It's a full, thick manual. Actually, I have a copy here, and I can show you. So they go through that. Then they take the test, is self-paced. Then after that, after everything's done, they get their certifications and then teach. They go online and they pay $22 a month to get the videos. So that's
the workouts.
All access. Yeah. So that's the use of the Country Fusion name, the logo, and then all the material to teach their classes. So each month there's about 2 new videos that go up. There's like about 150 videos by now that are up there. And there's one video of me breaking down the dance. So say it's the CC shuffle, just say.
The Cupid shuffle? So the Cupid shuffle, did you say?
Nope, the CC shuffle.
Oh, okay.
So if it's the CC Shuffle, I would name it, put a couple of songs I could do it to, how many walls. So inline dance, there's different walls. You could do dance to 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2 walls or 1. So I list all that beginner dance. And then I do the second video to the song so they could see it. So I break down a video, then to a song, and then this gives them all the material to teach their classes. Then after they have access, so then they download the manual, they watch the welcome videos, they took the test, they have their certificate, they have these videos to practice. I like to have either a phone call with every instructor, a Zoom session, or them attend my classes. So all instructors could attend my classes, my live classes for free, as many as they want. And then during COVID, I was doing weekly master sessions with them. So I go over any questions. They can email me anytime they know that, any questions. A lot of times I get, it's Christmas time. Are there any line dances to certain Christmas songs? Or they'll come at me with a song they really like if I'll choreograph a dance. So I really communicate with my instructors. And then there's a Facebook group as well as Country Fusion team instructors. So everyone could talk on that. And, but yeah, so that's it. Then they're ready to teach once they feel comfortable, but I definitely suggest taking at least 1 or 2 classes with myself just to get a feel for it. And I open up the Nashville headquarters, which is where I'm at right now. So that is open to any instructor that wants to come to Nashville to get the full experience.
Tell us a little bit about that, Liz. How did because when I originally spoke to you, I think you were still living, somewhere in the New York, New Jersey sort of space. And then, I saw on your Facebook, you're in Nashville, and I think Nashville, it's second only to Tamworth in Australia for country music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that. How'd that come about?
Yeah. So I guess I'm always one that's up for a challenge. And I felt like at this point, it's still COVID times, so we couldn't really tour. I was doing Can't Fit Pro. And that was the big thing. Like I really grew it in New Jersey. Instructors are now everywhere. And my outlet to grow it more was traveling. So that wasn't really happening. And I felt like it was time for me to create the headquarters and make a home for Country Fusion. So whether it's just spreading the love for classes, having people come in to get certified live, or for tourists. So I wanted a home, and what better place than Music City. So that's why it was Nashville, my choice. So I am the Opry, the Grand Ole Opry is basically right across the street.
Yes, that's where Russell Brunson does his thing.
Yeah, so a lot of country artists. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nashville. Yeah, that's right. I've been to Nashville. I know exactly where it is. Yeah, I've been there. I saw a hockey. They got a good hockey team as well, right?
Yeah.
What are they called?
I don't know, but when I teach line dance at Lucky Bastard Saloon, everyone is screaming for them. So I don't know.
Their nickname is Smashville. Did you know that? I went to a game and they're like, I think their team is called Smashville, or their stadium or something. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now I want to be sensitive of your time, Liz. There's a couple questions I always like to finish up with. My first one is around platform. So this is obviously a podcast, online course creators. Everyone's question is, how do you deliver it? What platform do you use? I'm curious, what platform do you use for Country Fusion?
So my web.
Yeah, or even just the course. Like if someone's gonna take the course, how do you deliver them that info? Is it like an ebook? Is it do you have like Kajabi or Teachable, or how do they sort of log in and do the work?
Yeah, everything's through my website. So it's funny that we're talking about this because
it's not your forte, right?
Well, it's not, but I've been on the phone with my website team for like 20 hours this past week, and it hasn't been fun. So today, that's why, all day I was on the phone with them too. So it's funny we're talking about this right now. So GoDaddy is my hosting. Through them, I have WordPress. Through that, I connected everything. So I'm really going to tell you all the details, which is fine. I connected WooCommerce into PayPal. That's how like everything just kind of like goes. So I have a website team. So you know, I am not tech savvy. I've learned so much along the years. I could tell you that, but I need a team because when I film these videos, I put them on Vimeo. Vimeo then needs to get onto my website, right? That's important. So for them to purchase the online certification, they just go to the website, they add it to the cart, and then they get everything right there. They just upload the manual, the test, everything is right there. Then they create a login on the website and they get the access to all the videos. So everything is done through the website. So that's why the website is, I would say, the main part of my business.
Oh, yes, 100%. Awesome. All right. Now, Liz, you're a mentor and an inspiration for plenty of other people around there, whether it's business, whether it's fitness, whether it's dancing, whether it's country. I'm curious to hear who your biggest influences have been. And if you could answer this in a couple different ways, if you could give us a book that you read and you were like, okay, you know, this changed my life. If you could give us someone that you follow and you're like, all right, you know, I follow this person on Instagram or listen to their podcast, whatever it is, I think they're awesome. And then like a course or a program that you've taken that you're like, all right, that was awesome. I've learned heaps from this. So, or another way to put it, a book, someone to follow that's unpaid and someone to follow that you paid.
I have to choose from them, or can I?
Oh, you can do any combination of them. You can give us one of each if you want.
Okay. So what really, that none of those are really it that did it for me of where and why I'm at where I am. So that wasn't the case for me.
Okay. Give us,
so for
give
me,
us your biggest influence.
So I would say it was life's challenges.
Okay. Tell us a little.
Every time there was like, oh, you know, you should be, you know, a doctor, a nurse, or this and that. My passion is what drove me. So my passion, and then the challenges just made me thrive more to succeed. And the failures, the ups and downs, I learned, I grew to then become more successful. So it was really within myself, with the passion and the determination, the drive, the energy, and the ups and downs through life. But now, present day, with my daughter, she's what pushes me. And then as I've grown in the industry, the successful women like Sarah Cooperman and other women I've met on tour, just hearing their stories, and here even in Nashville, it's just inspiring to see other young women that go for their dreams and with obstacles. So yeah, it wasn't like I was just inspired by a book. Music, I would say out of anything inspires me.
You got an artist for us? Your favorite artist?
Yeah, I do. I love the band Midland. I love, but I also love George Strait, Garth Brooks. I love classic country. So yeah, it's usually like songs, like certain songs, like I'll hear it, and like when I produced my burlesque show, I was pouring a glass of wine and I heard the Boardwalk Empire from HBO series. I heard the crystal and their music, and all of a sudden it came to me like, I have to produce a burlesque show based in the 1920s.
Wow.
It's really music that inspires me and to create. And I would say just I don't know, just focus and diligence and determination and believing in yourself and growing stronger and stronger and learning and listening. Like I love talking to older people who have been through life and, you know, take what they say into consideration.
Yes. Love that.
Wasn't your 3 options?
Yeah. All good. No, I love those. I've got one final question before I get to that. Like I love the older people thing. One of my first job in the fitness industry was working at like a like an aquatic center, a community aquatic center. I'm sure you got them in America as well. You know, it's not so much a big box gym. There's like a pool. There might be a gymnasium. There's a gym there as well. You know, kids play basketball and that sort of thing there. And it was just all members of the community. And one of my favorite, this is going back, 10, 15 years ago or something, and one of my favorite things was to talk to the older people, because especially at those times, like there were people that, went to Vietnam, there were people that, grew up in Israel in 1947, there were, people that were around, I don't want to get too political, when certain people couldn't vote and that sort of thing, and it's like, man, this is crazy sort of times, so I love that. But my final question for you, Liz, what's your favorite country fusion song of all time? And you can only pick one.
Oh, that is so hard. All right. I have to look at my playlist real quick. You have to give me a minute.
Okay.
I want to ask, right.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I know it. Hold on. I'll come back to you. That Girl is a Cowboy by Garth Brooks.
Okay. I haven't heard it, but I'm gonna listen to it. I've heard of that guy, Garth Brooks. Awesome.
It's
all right.
slow, but it's so beautiful. And the dance that we do is called Stroll Along Cha-Cha. And That Girl's a Cowboy, Garth Brooks. Beautiful song.
Okay. Is it on your Instagram?
There's yes, I'm dancing with a guy on this it was in a farm, and we're like on this ledge stage, and like I grabbed his hand, so you'll see it's a beautiful blue sky. Yeah, you'll see it's on it.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'll have a look through and make sure I find it. And even if it means I have to watch every one of your videos, so be it. So be it. What I have to put up with. All right, cool, Liz, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover for today. If someone's listening to this, they're like, all right, this woman is cool, I want to follow her, I want to see what this country fusion is, what should we do? Do we follow you on Instagram? Do we connect on LinkedIn? Do we go to your website? Where do we go?
I'm on everything. You just Google me, you'll find me. But Instagram, I'm really active. So it's Country Fusion LLC, Country Fusion LLC. And my website is countryfusion.net. But you'll see me on Facebook and everything. But those are the main two.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover today, Liz. Is there anything I should have asked you but forgot to? Or is there anything you want to finish us off with?
No, I think the main for any course creator or anyone out there, it's really what I tell people that come in as instructors, you really want to create a positive, warm experience as an instructor, as the leader. You create the feel. So just be mindful of people's time and just create a warm, positive experience and really try to instill confidence in people, because I feel like that's from experiencing what's lacking. And so that's it. So, and just really have fun and, put smiles on their faces. And you want to contact me, any questions, feel free. I'm here to help with anything.
Beautiful. All right, Liz, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.